Welcome to the Catalyst Starter theme. This is a quick run-through of its key features and how easy they are to use. Let's start with the Silverstripe dashboard. The tabs to access global settings are on the left, starting with your page structure, which is the tab you will be using most often. Your images and other uploads, such as PDFs or other docs, are located in the Files tab. Starter also comes with an accessible media player for use with videos. Silverstripe doesn't delete page versions. When working on a page, any block you no longer want gets archived and then is saved in the archive repository. The files library, however, will allow you to delete items. Let's look at the subsites tab. These sites can be set up with their own branding colors, fonts, logo, and block arrangement in the CMS. The blocks are the same ones used in the primary site, but they will use the branding set specifically for the subsite. This gives the content creators a great deal of flexibility when creating page layouts and are quite useful for any marketing needs. Subsites can also have their own URL assigned. The last section I'd like to show you is for your site settings. In this section, we can set your logo, font, navigation style, and colors. If you look at the tabs at the top of the screen, you'll see all the other sections you have control of here. Who can have access, logo icons for media, site alerts, header options, and here is where you will set up your footer information to go in each of the footer columns. You will also add your social media links for the icons in the header and write your cookie consent text. Now, let's look at some of the page templates. Starting with the homepage. The homepage is unique because it has a set of pre-configured items. Some of them are specific to this template and will be displayed in a set order determined in the design phase and configured during the site build. In this example, we see the slider first, then the introduction text and a call to action. This is followed by a row of cards, a news row, and an element block with two columns, one of text and one with an image. Here, it is used as a final incentive to contact the business. Below these preset elements, additional element blocks can be added to the page in any order. If at any time you decide you don't want to use a certain element, just leave the information blank and it won't display on the page. Element blocks created below the preset blocks can be archived if you no longer need them. Next up, the landing page. If you choose to use a template for the landing page, it has a place for the two-column text and image block at top, and then we'll pull in cards for the child pages underneath it. This example shows two of the card styles, one using an image and one using one of the built-in font awesome icons. This is followed by an optional call to action banner. In the next section, the news blog, you will create news stories and set up any categorization and tags they may need. Stories are added here with a WYSIWYG style template to add your text, styles, imagery, and video. You will also give it a feature image and a summary if you like. Metadata fields are included on each article page for great SEO. On the contact page, you will see an example of the built-in form builder. The page has an optional top row of image and text like the landing page and an optional form you can configure. Let's look at the options in the Form Fields tab. You can add and name field groups and select the field type in the drop-down. As you can see, there are all the basic option types here to be added and then named in the column next to each field. You can also set page breaks for multi-page forms and group your fields. In the tabs that follow, you can configure your submission success message, button text, email recipients, see the list of submissions, or add a Google map. The last highlight I want to show you is the block page. This page type allows you to use any element block in any order as many times as you like. When you visit this page on the demo, you'll see examples of most of the different element types, including the different card styles available. If you want to fully customize a page, leave the top WYSIWYG blank and start your content with the element blocks. Click to add a block at the top or click the plus between blocks to add one in that position on the page. You will also notice that you can drag blocks to rearrange them. To put your content in the block, click it to be taken to the editing screen for that content type. Let's use the card block as an example. Clicking it brings us to the list of created cards. For this row type, you have the option to change the background color from white to a light gray or other determined color suitable for your brand. Then we can either add a new card, archive a card, or edit what's there. Let's look at an existing card. In the card creation window, first we choose a card type. And then, if you have an image, upload it here. Add in a title, your text, and give it a link destination. If your card doesn't use an image, you can select an icon from the built-in Font Awesome library. Icon colors are set during the build phase to match your brand. The library includes many great basic icons, but not the full suite. If there are additional icons from that library you would like to use, we can add them for you. After you are done creating your card, hit Save and return to the previous screen. Your card has been added. I hope this quick highlights overview has been helpful. Have a look through the content in the demo site and don't hesitate to reach out if you would like to get more information. You can do this by contacting us with the details on screen. Thank you for watching.